Hey everyone, welcome back to Installation 00, and today I just wanted to do a quick video addressing the recent reveal of coatings for armor in Halo Infinite. For anyone who may not be familiar with the armor coatings, here's a really quick rundown of exactly what the update entailed. And for those who already know this information and just want to skip to my personal opinions on it, then use the chapters in the time bar below and navigate to the next chapter. But for those of you who are unfamiliar, we received an update from 343 about the Halo Infinite armor colours on the 22nd of October, about 4 days ago. And in it was detailed that these new armor colours are no longer the normal primary and secondary colours that we've all grown accustomed to using in all previous Halo games. Instead, they're now part of a 7-layer armor coating system. You're seeing the newly debuted Redshift on screen at the moment. Personally, I quite like the Redshift. It's not the colours I would normally pick when I go into any Halo game, but I like the fact that there's a little bit of wear, there's some scratching to the armour of the legs, and I like the fact that there's more modularity to colouring certain plates on the armour different colours. And it's quite obvious when you get really in close that there are actually different textures available. So this is somewhat in line with more recent trends in coloration for player models that we've seen in games like Destiny, Anthem, and even Doom to a lesser extent. So to quote the update, coloration along with materials and patterns will now be baked into the coating, taking the place of the primary secondary armor color options found in prior games. While we understand that many players are fond of the previous color system, we're very excited about the breadth and scope of armor, weapon and vehicle customization options that will be available in Halo Infinite because of the coating system. Additionally, players should expect more robust per-piece armor customization choices akin to what was available in Halo Reach versus what was offered in Halo 5 Guardians. And as we expand our customization capabilities, the armor geometry, materials, colours and textures, it's important to the team that players are given even more opportunities to express themselves within the game itself. On the face of it, that's extremely promising stuff. The idea of being able to customize different plates in coloration, texture, finish, and even just the basic geometry and have higher customization options more akin to Reach and further by all appearances is a good thing. That's a heavy advancement in the right direction. But you can't blame people for seeing the Monarch armor, which is currently on screen, that they debuted a while ago, and had the arguments that it looked too plasticky, too clean, and didn't fall in line with the grittiness that we've come to expect from Halo. Well, as luck would have it, 343 had a counter for that as well. They said, when we shared the Monarch armor render in our last update, we also saw some feedback around it looking like plastic or being too clean. While we are very excited about the return to a more classic Halo art style, we do want to acknowledge that the nature of these work-in-progress renders is such that they aren't completely representing the base material as shown in-game with real lighting. Additionally, as you can see with Redshift above, the overall look will also depend on the design style of each specific armor coating. Again, this seems relatively promising. The issue, however, is that just earlier on in that very same update, this sentence took place. Fans around the world will have opportunities to score 2 XP boosts, emblems, and armor coatings. On top of this, when they debuted the Redshift armor coating, they said it can be secured by purchasing any Halo or Xbox merchandise at GameStop from November 9th to December 13th. Similar to most of our other promotions, you'll want to save your receipts and redeem the code at halowaypoint.com/redeem. This rightly put people on edge. This sentence suggests that armor coatings are now something that have to be either won or bought. To counter some of these concerns, John Junisek, the 343 community manager, pretty sure I just butchered his name, but that's by the by, took to Twitter to answer some of these concerns. He started by clarifying about the concern that armor coatings can only be purchased, and said that it isn't the case and that there'll be all kinds of customization items, including coatings that can be earned in-game and earned as special rewards. He did go on to say there will be purchases for armor coatings for those who want to spend the additional money in microtransactions, but it's not the only way to get armor coatings. He said there'll be a good variety of coatings in a following tweet, as well as another tweet completely separately to that saying that uniqueness will not be a problem in Halo Infinite. and also answered why there couldn't be a hybrid system where you can change colours and the rest of the coating remains the same, and just said that while he loves the idea, the colours and materials are designed and built into each specific coating, basically meaning that once the coating ships with the game, there isn't the ability to change it once it's been released. This harkens back to another concern that effectively, although it's a 7-layer system now, and that does suggest that there's a higher level of customization and more parts of the armour can be customised, the only people that actually can customise the colours and textures of a given coating are the development team, which means that once the coatings are in the game, we have no ability as players to change the colours or textures. We simply apply the coating as a single package. So where does that leave us? Well, for one, I'm loving the redshift coloration. The Monarch, I can agree, looks a little plasticky, but again, maybe that one's designed to have kind of more of a clean, untarnished kind of look. Maybe it's literally supposed to be an armour that's fresh off the line. I'm quite interested in the possibility of this perhaps suggesting that there's now in-game damage, so that your armour will actually physically take damage while you're playing, and that will show on your armour skin, hence the 7 layers. You know, they can effectively use those 7 layers of customization to show levels of damage. That also ties in with something that happens within the new book, where there's actually a Mjolnir repair station. That's all I'm going to say on that, because I don't want to spoil any more details for anybody. That being said, now again, you can completely understand why people are concerned by this. This suggests that effectively we have no control over customization anymore. We just have control about which coating we like the best. Not per se what materials we want, not per se what textures we want, what level of wear, what level of damage, particular colour combinations or patterns or groupings. All we get to pick is which coating we like the best. And that may even imply that there might not be a coating that you actually completely and utterly love, which means you just have to settle for second best. You can understand why people are interpreting this and becoming quite upset as a consequence. And by quite upset, I mean most people are just kind of taking the punches as they come. Some people are getting extraordinarily up in arms about this. We haven't actually even seen the multiplayer yet. We've seen campaign, sort of working model of the campaign gameplay. We haven't even seen multiplayer yet, and people are losing their minds over the possibility that they might not be able to choose the exact colorations that they want anymore. Okay, you're literally basing your argument off of text that you've read from the update and from the tweets that John has posted to try to kind of counter some of the concerns. At this stage, we're literally just going off of a couple of images and some text. To base an entire concerned argument on that is absolutely and utterly ridiculous. We haven't seen the multiplayer. We haven't seen how much customization option there really is. We haven't seen how this 7-layer coating system is implemented. We haven't seen anything about the multiplayer and how this is actually going to translate to the player experience. So getting up in arms and upset about this process is absolutely and utterly ridiculous. Hold your breath. Wait until we actually have some information of substance. We actually have some multiplayer footage, some gameplay. Then make some more informed arguments, some more informed decisions based on what you see. But getting upset, getting really antsy on social media, on different forums and on Reddit and on different Discords and in comment sections of mine and fellow Halo YouTubers' videos, save your breath and wait until we have more information. The reality is that 343 are trying to make this franchise grow and develop over time, while there's a large portion of people in the Halo fan base that want it to remain stagnant. That isn't the way to develop a successful franchise. We have to move with the times. If this new armor coating system is a way to move with the times, the way to increase graphical fidelity and player experience over time, great, I'm open to it. No problems whatsoever. Okay, some of them are going to be locked behind some degree of microtransactions. Fine, that's just a reality of most games nowadays. But if you can still unlock different armor coatings through doing in-game accomplishments and achievements and daily challenges, just keeps players coming back to the game, doesn't it? It keeps us coming back, playing, and trying to get those particular sets that we're really, really up for. And that's not to say that the game won't launch with a huge plethora of coatings already built into the game. I mean, again, we're talking, this is the next generation of console gaming. If you consider the level of customization that other games have had, and even Halo has had in the previous generation, and the previous generation to that, having the next generation console and the next generation game, the level of customization, the amount of computing power that the new console has, and the amount that the development team have to work with, the resolution and the amount of resources that they have at their disposal, the customization options and the user experience could be absolutely off the charts, because we're basing our assumptions now on what we've already experienced, and that's the wrong thing to do. 343 have made mistakes in the past, but have you noticed they've never made the same mistake twice? That is the sign of a good development team. And I'm not just saying this because I'm a Halo YouTuber and I'm passionate about Halo and I'm some sort of 343 fanboy. I love what 343 have done, I love what Bungie have done. I'm saying this as a fan of Halo and as a person of reasonable mind to give them a chance to prove themselves. Yeah, they've done things wrong in the past, but they've never done it twice. And things that they have delivered have been absolutely sensational. So let's relax a little bit about the armor coatings. Let's wait until we've got some multiplayer footage, and then we'll make some informed decisions on exactly where we stand.
Thanks for watching. Stick your comments down below. I look forward to what you have to say. I want to give a quick shout out to my patrons: Neek the Silent Cartographer, Brian Sebastian, Red Sea and Darian, Stalk of the Realms, Falcon X003, Alvin, Mr. Fell, Flaming Halo, The Revanche, Starlight, Viking, Legion's Lost, the TG7, Catheter Cam, TJ Jazz, The Holds of the Mantle, my glorious reclaimers, my loyal Metarchs, and all the other patrons that have jumped aboard to support the channel. You guys are awesome, and all this wouldn't be possible without you. If you like Halo lore discussed to insane levels of detail, hit that subscribe button and the little bell icon so you're told the second a new video hits the shelves. Be sure to support us on all major social media channels, including Discord, and if you really love the channel, consider heading over to Patreon and supporting the channel over there. It would mean the world to me and would free up more of my time for me to put into this content and other Halo-related goodness. Take it easy, everyone, and
find peace in the domain.